industry, but in the end, he couldn't leave it behind. The joy he got from making people laugh and the way they relaxed as he turned real culturally infused anxieties into hilarious stories was impossible to ignore. So he decided to change the way the field operated and create his own platform for stand-up. Not only that, but he made sure it was targeted towards new comedians, allowing them to enter the business without fighting through all the politics he had witnessed himself. Darrick believes that everyone can be extraordinary as long as they keep moving forward. Great things come to anyone willing to persistently pursue their passion. And if he can help provide a space for that passion to be displayed, he will. His Naughty Comedy Showcase and now Kill the Crowd Comedy Showcase is exactly that. It's an arena in which emerging comics perform. Darrick's lovable personality and quick wit makes him a joy to watch and laugh when he takes the stage. I look forward to everyone enjoying Darrick J tonight on The Interview.
My name is Kimberly Williams, the host of the show here in Lake County, bringing you the best excitement and entertainment that we could possibly bring. Tonight we have a great guest, Darrick J. He's all the way from Chicago. He's joining us tonight to talk about his career as a producer, a promoter, a performer, and also a platform provider in the city of Chicago. He has a ton of followers. Not only does he have followers, he has other comedians. So we're going to talk about that tonight with Darrick J. Stay tuned. So as I was saying, we have Darrick J here with us tonight. Darrick, thank you so much for joining us here on The Interview.
Thank you for having me.
So glad to have you.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Tell
you.
us a little bit about what got you into being a comedian.
I'll put it to you like this. God, basically, I know it sounds cheesy, but it's like God has always told me, like we all got a gift. Like your gift is interviewing and things of that nature. I had a gift of comedy, and I would do it with people everywhere, like people at work, and you know, it's like one of the reasons why comics get into comedy because somebody told you that you were funny, right? Mm-hmm. And then so it's like it just comes naturally to me, and it actually makes me happy. Doing comedy, like I can go on stage stressed, and then after I leave the stage, I'm good.
Okay, well, I got a chance to see you on Monday night, which I really enjoyed. Thanks for inviting me out.
Thank you for coming.
You were hilarious, and you had quite a few comedians that was, you know, there with you. And like, how do you guys pretty much start your storyline? Where do your jokes come from? Because there was a variety of jokes that night. So the writing ability, do you have to be a good writer in order to be a comedian?
Well, that depends. That depends. You have all types of comedians. You got comics that are good with like observational comedy. So like that's how they get their jokes from, like things that happen day to day. You got comics that are good with talking about themselves. They make it real personal about themselves. Like all my jokes come from at some point in time in my life, this thing happened, and then I just exaggerated a little bit. So yeah, so I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different. So.
Yeah, I mean, so you have comedians where they're dark, so some of their comics are like scary. You're like, oh my God, did he do that? Did he put somebody in his trunk?
He really killed the baby. Right, he really killed the baby, but it's a good dead baby joke.
Great dead
baby joke. But yeah.
So did you grow up and were you raised in Chicago?
Oh yeah, I was raised on the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
Over east, a place called South Chicago. It was actually called South Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, over east. And then I started doing comedy. After, it's gonna sound crazy, so I was at CTA.
Okay.
For 17 years. Did that for 17 years, and...
So CTA is bus driving?
Oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry, Waukegan people. CTA is bus driving. It's that thing that you people hate that's probably comes like every 2 hours here. In Chicago, it's different, right. So yeah, so I was a bus driver in Chicago.
That's a good job. That's a good job.
Yeah. It's a good job. It's a good slave job. I mean, it's a good job, good plantation. Okay. Good. No, it is.
17 years. That's long.
No,
longevity.
17 years was a long time, and I saw my future. I saw my pension. I saw me retiring. I saw me dying 6 months after, and I've been able to spend that money. I mean, it was great. I mean, people was dying left and right there, and I was like, look, I saw the writing on the wall. It was stressful.
Oh, wow.
The job is stressful.
Okay.
And people that work there right now, they want to leave, but you know, I understand how it is. You know, you want to buy cognac, you don't want to buy Parmesan, but you know, it happens like that sometimes. But you know, something told me that I can do better.
Okay.
And that was 5 years ago, December 14th, 2014, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I know it like a baby. That's the day I woke up and said, well, I ain't going in today.
I was just going to ask you, like, did you wake up one day and say, oh, I'm a comedian, this is a joke?
I woke up and I said, I'm not going back to work.
Okay.
And now, it did take about 1.5 years of me contemplating it. It wasn't like I just woke up this one day, but it was about 1.5 years of me contemplating doing it. It was about 1.5 years of me going to work and seeing that that job really wasn't taking me anywhere.
Okay. So it sounds like this is a passion. This is something that this is what motivates you. And so.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it ain't right now, it got to be, because I can't go back. You got no choice. You got to make this work. This is it. This is the end of the road.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing about when you're living your life and you get to a certain point in your life, you don't want to just work for someone. I mean, when you're an entrepreneur, you want to do something that you love doing. Otherwise, what's the point?
Definitely.
And so, you know, being able to make people laugh. Have you ever told a joke and just had like someone with a straight face, they didn't laugh, they didn't get it, and just made you stop in your feet?
About my first year of telling jokes, I had those faces.
Okay.
I was terrible.
Was it tough?
Yeah, it was tough. I was terrible.
Okay.
I bombed.
Okay.
After bomb.
Okay.
After bomb. After bomb.
So, like, do you have a lot of people that show up to your stand-up comedy now?
Oh yeah. I've built a following. I've had people that knew me, that saw me bombing, they was like, he ain't gonna make it, type of thing. So, you know, they fell off, you know, but doing comedy is like McDonald's. You won't repeat customers, but you always want new customers.
Right, right.
So yeah, but now I'm good.
Okay.
Now I throw shows, like I done sold out the Laugh Factory.
Wow.
Because I done found a different formula for it. Like, I'm the type of guy, I fill in the gaps of success. It's like between this part of you being a success till you get to that next level, it's a gap. So I do what's in the gap, which create my own lane, because there's nobody in the gap. Nobody wants to be in the gap.
Nobody.
Everybody wants to be here or here.
That's right.
So I stay in the gap, I stay in my lane, and then yeah, I'm good now.
I think when you're in the middle of that gap, that's when it could get tough. That's going to tell you whether or not you're going to keep on striving for something or you're going to just give up.
Keep you going is that if you stay true to yourself, to your faith, and be honest with yourself, you'll see that other people will start to believe in you too.
Okay. Well, we're your host, Kimberly Williams, and we're sitting down talking with Darrick J, all the way from Chicago, who's telling us a little bit about who he is and how he's gotten his go into comedy. He's made me laugh. Again, I was at Shakers on Monday night, and he did a wonderful job cracking me up. I almost fell out my seat, I have to tell you guys. But as far as you making your living, is this a lucrative way to make a living for a comedian, doing the different Shakers, and you have the Laugh Factory? So tell me a little bit about how you're able to make your living full time.
Okay, that's Shakers, 3160 North Clark Street. Okay, so Chicago, Illinois. So yeah, like there are tiers to this.
Okay.
You know, as far as comedy, it's like tiers. Like I know because a lot of people's not in the industry. But it's like a lot of people, a lot of comics that you won't even know their name, but they make over $100,000 a year doing comedy. They travel a lot. Like, you really can't do comedy and stay in one city. You have to travel around to do comedy. So if you're serious about being a comedian, eventually when you get that good or you get that break, you're gonna have to travel around. So, you know, your life is gonna be, airplanes.
Right. So I know you mentioned that you sold out a couple of shows. What do you remember the first time you sold out your first show? What was that like?
Oh, well, the first time I sold out my first show was when I started comedy, and I was terrible because it was my first show. Everybody wanted to see what I was doing, so everybody came out, and it was cheap too. It was like $5 or something like that. So that was the first time I sold out my first show. Now, I've had good shows since then. I think I've only had, and it's been like, and this is the honest God truth, it's been about 5 years now. And I try to do like a show once a month, but I've had like a couple of bad shows.
Okay.
Where it's like nobody showed up. But other than that, when I put a show together, because I do the marketing, the advertising, and I'm constantly doing comedy.
Okay.
So even when I go out in here, I always plug the show, I plug myself, and you know, I meet new people. So yeah, I found a way to make money doing comedy because people don't book me, so I gotta like book other people.
Okay.
And then so I just try to bring all the talents to one and then share the money with everybody.
Okay, so like when you're doing this, is this something that you do like weekly as far as like at the different events in Chicago? Where is the areas where we can find you at?
Oh, yeah, so like I do like a tier system.
Okay.
I have a free show I do every Monday at Shakers on Clark, 3160 North Clark Street.
Okay.
That's an open mic where anybody can come out and, you know, show their talents, practice, get your workout in, and improve their comedy. And then from there, I take those comics.
So you said improve their comedy, sir.
Yes.
Are you guys pretty much critiquing each other?
Well, yes, we give each other tags. We talk to each other about the comedy, how
Okay.
you could have done the set better, and things like that. It's not like you just come out and do your comedy and leave. It's a place to grow for
Okay.
all comics. I mean, it's a comedy family type thing. And you were there Monday. You see, I have like all nationalities.
So many, yes,
So many
yes.
people because they understand.
Right.
Now the people that you know can like do comedy. I do a once a month show at Shakers on the weekend. That's where we have an actual audience, and then I take the money that's made from there and I just split it with all the comics.
Okay.
And then from there, I just want to say one thing. I'll be at the Elbow Room December 1st. New comics too, so I get other places from doing that show.
Okay. Now, have you performed at the Elbow Room before?
My first time at the Elbow Room.
Okay, awesome. Congratulations to
Thank
you on that.
Thank you.
Now, I do have something I wanted to ask you. I'm a big Richard Pryor fan. So
Oh,
Richard
okay.
Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Kevin
Right.
Hart, those are comedians that I love. Those are, you know, Richard Pryor is somebody I grew up with. So he had a bad mouth, obviously, but
Right.
he was hilarious. Who are some of your favorite comedians that you kind of look up to, or do you have any of those comedians that you?
Actually, yes, I do. Now,
Okay.
now, here's the weird thing. When I got into comedy, I wasn't like a comedic historian as far as me watching like other comedians. So I didn't really start watching other comics until I got into comedy. So like my biggest influence, I would say, is Patrice O'Neal, rest his soul. Funny guy.
Okay.
Like his whole life as far as in comedy is what I identify with as a
Okay.
person. So.
Okay, so Byron Allen, he is a comedian. Well, he was a comedian. He got his career. Now he owns, you know, the Weather Network and
Right.
the Weather Channel and things like that. And I'm sure, have you heard about what's going on with him and Comcast, the channel that I'm on right now?
Oh.
As far as, you know,
Yeah,
him
speaking,
suing.
yeah, as a matter, yeah, I shouldn't even be here. I just thought, hey, Byron, my fault, man. I forgot about that. Right.
Go
yeah.
get him, Byron.
Right.
We need
But
our
no.
own channel.
But yeah, I understand. Look, I'm probably, perfect case in point, Byron Allen. How many people know or knew who Byron Allen was until now? And you didn't know he was a comic and he has enough money to buy
Yeah.
stations?
I knew who Byron Allen was before, you know, as far as him buying the Weather Channel, but I didn't know to the extent that he
He had
started
that
his
much
comedian.
money.
Well, I
Right.
didn't know he has a lot of money. I mean,
he got money.
He got money.
He got enough money for me, you, the kids, the grandkids, the grandbabies.
I mean, I really think what he's doing is a great thing. We need more black people on owning channels on the network. So I honestly, I think that's a great thing he's doing. And Byron, you go get him. You know.
Oh yeah, that's a fantastic thing that he's doing. I just hope. You know, we used to own stuff back in the day. We had like a lot of money, and we owned stuff.
Black Wall Street.
Man,
Like, I don't
man,
know.
look.
Black Wall Street is
All right.
awesome.
I'm here with Darrick
So,
J.
now you were talking about some new comics. Tell us a little bit about new comics, because you have a big following and a lot of people that's kind of like, can I say, on your team? Tell
Yeah.
me a little bit about how that worked and
Yeah.
how you go about building that.
Okay.
platform.
I treat people like I want to be treated.
Okay.
Basically, so when I got into comedy, it was like harsh. It was like comedic hazing type stuff, and you had to go jump through a lot of loops just to get on stage.
Okay.
So I knew how I felt as a new comic, even though I was terrible.
Okay.
But I knew I needed that chance. So when I created my platform, I decided to only deal with people in that dream world, in that dream realm, to give them that chance.
Okay.
And I've like created a lot of good comics. Like people come to get better on the stage with me. That's every Monday night. I have the open mic
At Shakers.
at Shakers.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
like the following that you have, are you like, how do you get those people? Do you look for them, or do they automatically just kind of find you on their own?
Actually, it's weird because I'm always looking, but it actually then took on like a mind of its own type thing. Because in the beginning, I mean, yeah, it was hard, but then it's like word of mouth, and I guess people really enjoy what I do, as far as the comics and entertainers and stuff like that. And then it's like I network through them to get to other people. So it's like word of mouth is very powerful.
Okay.
So you treat people right, they'll treat you right, and everything comes around full circle.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everything does. So tell me some of the ways that I can find you and what keeps you going. What keeps you doing it? Is the money that drives you? One thing that I do notice is that you have a daughter, and I'm a mom. I have 3 kids of my own. So tell me a little bit about your daughter, because I know that she's a little older now.
Yeah. My daughter's 19 now.
Yeah.
Call my daughter my miracle baby. I even got a joke about my daughter. It's a beautiful joke. She was born like 1 pound, 2 ounces at 25 weeks.
Wow.
So, you know, she was like a real preemie.
Okay.
Like she fit in my hand, and she didn't have any skin. You guys should see her organs and stuff like that.
Wow.
So that's another reason why I started comedy, because I'm my own product now.
Okay.
So I can make more money, or have the potential of making more money doing this, to leave something for her.
Okay.
As far as me working a job 9 to 5, after I'm gone, that's it.
Right. So this gives you time to spend with your daughter and.
Oh yeah, every day.
Okay.
Every day I have guardianship.
Oh, look at that. Single father, or you?
Well, no, it took a woman to make her, but she ain't.
Well, hey,
She ain't around.
I mean,
if that's what you're asking.
the entertainment world is like, you travel a lot, you're on stage a lot, you're performing a lot. So, you know, I think if the question was on some people say, Kimberly, how do you be a TV producer, work a full-time job, and sell real estate? So we make it work.
Butcher, baker, candlestick maker.
Exactly, we make it work. So, you know, that's why I really wanted to, you know, what organizations are you a part of that also help with your daughter? I think that's really important to talk about too.
Yeah, because I don't like those terms, single father,
Yeah.
single mother. I don't like those boxes.
Okay.
So like, I have like a village. I have a village that helps me with my daughter. I have nursing that I get.
Okay.
I have my present life partner, girlfriend, who's sitting over there.
Awesome.
She helps me out.
Okay.
Other than that, you know, WIC helps me.
So what are you, like, your all-time subjects to talk about when you're on stage?
Oh, my all-time subjects? Well, I talk about, like, my closing joke is my CTA joke.
Okay.
It's about a 12-minute bit. It's hilarious because everybody's been on the bus and everybody's had a terrible time, and I'm the bus driver that, yes, we see you, we just don't want to pick you up. But I tell you that on stage. I let you know that. I let you know what the bus driver be thinking and stuff like that, because no, we terrible in them seats.
That
Like,
hurt my feelings because I rode the bus.
you can get to the door. If the door is closed, we're going to pull off.
Wow.
And you could be
That's
at the door
happened to me
banging.
before in Chicago.
You know, I know, but you know why? Because bus drivers are depressed. We're going through a whole lot in life. Then we got to go home and deal with people and deal with stuff. That's why we drink so much and have heart attacks and die after we retire.
So that was you that just drove past?
Oh
me
yeah,
on the
I did that. But I knew it was changing me. It was making me a bad person. And I wanted to bring joy in people's lives. So I quit that. So now I bring joy in your life, but I'll tell you about it. So the next time it happens to you, I want you to feel bad. You have to understand that person is depressed. He's going through something on that bus. You ever just watch a bus driver while you in your car and see him driving the bus down the street? Look at their face. You would not see a smile. You'll see this.
I always see a bus driver driving exactly
And then you
like
see him do this.
as they pass you by.
Hit that phone while they driving. Think they won't?
Wow.
Yeah, they will. Anyway.
I mean, like, I'm sure it was a tough job as any kind of customer service. You have different people that get on the bus and weirdos and different things like that, and you have to deal with that. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't the people that made it bad. It was the company.
Oh my God.
it was the union, it was the supervisors, and the managers at the company. The people was fine. People gonna be people. That's fine. But it's terrible when, you got, people, that tell you, well, look, we know we doing you wrong, just file a grievance, then we gonna sue them, and then in 3 years, we're gonna get you some money. Why I gotta go through that? Why I gotta go through all that? You know this is wrong, just don't do it.
So have you ever had somebody get on your bus naked or half naked?
Oh, yeah. I kept driving.
With them on the bus, or you just?
Look, if they ain't bothering nobody, they ain't bothering me.
Okay.
They paid their fare. What you want me to do?
Okay. So you're not one of those people that just like, okay, you getting on my bus and I'm about to call the police because.
Oh, no. That's not my bus. See, I used to think that was my bus. That ain't my bus. That ain't my bus. That's their bus.
Okay.
They got cameras, so if somebody see it on the camera, y'all call somebody for that one, okay.
How long have the CTAs had the cameras on the bus?
Oh, they just recently got the cameras. Well, not recently. I'll say they probably had cameras about 12 years now.
Okay.
About 12 years. Now, see, when I started, everything was like manual. You actually had to change everything manually. When I started, we had the paper transfers and everything. We had tokens. Tokens. Back then no, we didn't. They had just stopped the tokens and stuff like that. But yeah, we had the paper transfers. It was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know a little bit about Monday when I was there and I watched you guys perform. Have you ever made somebody cry when you tell them that this is not for you?
No, I don't tell people that comedy is not for them because, like I said, the first year I did comedy, about the first year, I was terrible.
Okay, so you don't shoot dreams down.
I bombed. No. You got to shoot your own dream down. Now, I'll tell you that it was bad. I'll tell you that. Like you're going to have to be honest with people. That was bad, but I see where you're going. You can always come back and do it over again with me.
Okay. So, like, if I was to do like a quick joke here, would you tell me if I got a shot or not?
You always got a shot.
Okay.
You always got a shot. Doing jokes, you always got a shot. If it's in you, you just need that thing to bring it out. With me, I had to kill my old person to become my new person.
Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, like, are you able to make people laugh the moment that you first meet them, or does it kind of take them to warm up?
Did you laugh?
I laugh at you all the time, basically.
Did you first meet me?
I was actually scared for you to come here because I thought you were going to roast the interview.
Right. No, I don't roast. I'm a professional.
Okay.
Professional.
Professional.
Right, but no, it's like, this is the hardest thing for a comic. The hardest thing for a comic is to be this on stage.
Okay.
Because when people tell you you're funny, it's always in a personal space, to be with people that you're comfortable with.
Right.
But to be this on stage, that transition is what a lot of us have to go through.
Okay, are you going to stick around for a little bit of the show? Because we want to know where we can find you at.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay,
you can find me on Facebook, Darrick
Hey,
Jones.
it's my show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look, can I? Okay, we'll be right back after these messages with Darrick J from Chicago.
Thought we was running out of time.
So we're going to talk about some hot topics with Darrick J tonight, and one of them being Kanye West. Can you tell us a little bit about Kanye West? Have you ever met him? You're in Chicago, but he's selling churches out like hotcakes.
Yeah. No, like, I don't know Kanye West. I have never met Kanye West.
Okay.
I got my own thoughts about Kanye West, but all I know is I appreciate the brother's hustle because, God is the greatest hustle of all. That church thing, he's gonna make a lot of money.
I mean, you said he's a changed man.
Well, yeah, you gotta say that.
He said he's something about the best ever.
Right. It's just like the impeachment thing. Trump gotta say, no quid pro quo, right? Kanye gotta say, I'm changed, I still need your money. Which is fine. it is what it is. That was just my views. I don't think he's like churchy like that. I just don't think so. I mean, he's going through his mental thing. Maybe that's not even like the right guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did do a performance where he had Jesus, what do you call one of those things where their
Jesus walks. Jesus what? Jesus.
no, it was Kanye did a concert
Okay.
and he had a replica of Jesus that popped up in the air. So
Was he black?
no, he wasn't.
Okay. All right. So next topic.
Okay.
You want me to talk about a white Jesus? Come on. Oh, Kimberly, no.
All right. So Netflix, you know, they have a lot of comedians on right now. One
Ooh,
being
the white
Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
What do you think about Dave Chappelle?
Love Dave Chappelle. You got to know Dave's history, though. I mean, you really got to know Dave's history. Like his last thing, Sticks and Stones. Like I liked it. Don't get me wrong, but I think it was the worst of his best. Like I think I think all of his shows were great, but I would rate that like the least one. But I love Dave Chappelle for his comedy, but for his history. Because you have to understand, black people didn't like Dave at first.
Right, yeah, that's true.
You have to understand, see, black people, y'all get on a little bit late. and I understand that, So I understand Dave and the fact like Dave, and I told you about Patrice O'Neal. What I learned from them is that no matter what it is, just be honest with yourself. Don't do anything that's against your morals, values, because Patrice really should have been bigger than Dave and Kevin if you really know like comedy history and stuff like that. But certain things Patrice used to get interviews, he just wasn't gonna do, which is fine. Which I know I ain't gonna make it because I ain't, but
was there anything in
gonna make money.
particular that like made you not like that Sticks and Stones?
Oh, I think what made me not like it as much as the other ones. I didn't say I didn't like it. I didn't like it as much. I like all of Dave Chappelle, but I think some of the other ones he did, like the one he did in when he was wearing the blue shirt, before he was as big as he is now, but he told the joke about him and his white friend in the car, and his white friend was high.
Oh yeah,
They got
I
out.
remember that joke.
It's like the skinny Dave Chappelle,
Yeah.
you know that way. Now he's buff
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I think I would have gave. I think he cared a little bit. I think he cared a little bit. I think he cared. I mean, he went raw, but I felt Dave could have went rawer.
You know, Dave been through a lot. You know, he's been through a lot. And
Yeah, and he's still richer than me and you. I want to go through that.
Dave Chappelle, if you're watching, we would love for you to come
I
on to our
appreciate you,
show.
Dave, man. Look, you done showed me it.
Come on
Look.
the show. Hey, face
Dave
your
left
fans.
$50 million because of some things that he had to be honest with himself. And that's where I am right now from day one. I mean, I don't have anything, but what I have is honestly mine.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the show that you did on Monday night, it was outstanding. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And I really like to know where we can find you at in your next show.
Please,
Tell us.
Please.
Lake County is going to come and find you.
Lake County. If y'all want to take the drive, and please take the drive like I took to get out here. I'll be at the Elbow Room. That's 2871 North Lincoln. That's December 1st. First of all, okay, follow me on Facebook. I apologize. Follow me on Facebook. Darrick, D-A-R-R-I-C-K, Jones, J-O-N-E-S. But after you follow me there, you get all the information I produce, promote, all that. And if you are an aspiring comedian, please come out to Laughs in Lakeview. We do it every Monday at Shakers, 3160 North Clark Street. I can set you on your way. That I can guarantee you I can do.
You know what? Darrick, thank you so much for coming out here
Thank
from
you for having
Chicago.
me.
I appreciate you coming. I hope you enjoyed yourself with us here at the interview. And will you come back to the show? Tune in again for another week of the interview on next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Have a great night, everybody.